So we're here at the Harris rally, sort of mini concert series. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about the energy you've been seeing tonight?
So good. It's so good. I will say so many students are voting. So many students are voting early, and it means that in the final stretch of this race, everyone can focus on making sure the folks who haven't voted yet turn out. This concert is perfect. It's hitting exactly the right moment. Harris is just on fire with your speeches across the country and then bringing that energy here. This is how we close strong and win this election.
Well, it was really amazing. I mean, the room was packed. Unfortunately, they even had to turn some people away because they were at capacity. So there was a lot of people here tonight. The music was incredible. And then, you know, I've heard the vice president speak a couple of times now, and I thought this was the best speech that I've heard yet.
Get the help and care they need to stay in their own homes.
I'm really excited, not just because it's a really important election, just because of also the history of it. Seeing like an Indian woman running for president, having the possibility to be president, makes me think about my immigrant mom, my little sister, and my like baby niece, and like just knowing that the president could look like them, I think is something that is really, really exciting.
Look, so we're construction laborers. We're involved in building highways and roads and bridges and sewer and water infrastructure and energy infrastructure like utility-scaled solar projects. There's only one candidate in this race right now that has actually accomplished policies that address fixing our roads, bridges, infrastructure.
Growth is optional, change is inevitable. But right now we really need to change for the better, for a better society and a better future for our kids. That's mainly what it is. It's not about us right here today, because this stuff that's happening today is gonna be something that transcends for a couple of decades.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
The war in Gaza to end and get the hostages out. And everyone has a right to be heard, but right now I am speaking.
What did you think of, one, the protests, and then two, Kamala's response?
So, like the vice president, I believe in everybody's First Amendment rights, and people have the right to speak and express their opinion. But like she said, she was speaking. You know, this is her event. It's her turn to make her arguments. And also, we all agree that we need a ceasefire. There's no disagreement there. So, you know, I think broadly I invite people for whom the issue of Gaza and the war in Gaza is the most important issue for them to really consider who is going to be able to move things forward and make things better in Gaza, really. And I know folks aren't happy with what the administration has done to date, but it will get 10 times worse under a Trump administration.
I think a lot of people, like, the concern that I hear sometimes talking to people about her is like, oh, she switches too much on issues. We don't know who she is as a person. Like, what have you felt like in meeting her, like, speaking to her character and like how she is as a person? What do you?
Having known her over the last 6 years is probably the main reason why I am supporting her. She's a person who wants to do what's best for this country, and Donald Trump wants to do what's best for himself. She just has a level of concern, right? Like, and that level of concern, like even in an individual level, I truly believe that's the sort of attention and detail she pays to the broader picture, to the grand scheme of things. And in a presidential campaign, like, a lot of that sometimes gets manufactured. It's not that you actually know that person, but think about the things you know about Donald Trump. Is that the person you would leave your kids around? Is that a person you would trust with your own future? Is that the person that you would set $1,000 down and trust that it will still be there when you walk away and come back? And it's not.
I mean, I can tell you, I came into office at the end of the last Trump term. And the difference between a Trump administration and the Biden-Harris administration is night and day for cities. I could not get anything out of the Trump administration. I had no progress talking to folks in the administration, and we got no support or help. But the Biden-Harris administration has helped us to bring almost $600 million worth of federal funds to the city of Madison.
Do you think that in this election it's sort of like a anyone but Trump type of vote? Or are you really excited about Kamala Harris and Tim Walz and what they can bring to this country as candidates?
I mean, I think it's Yeah, I think it was at first maybe anyone but Trump, but I don't know. I think the more we sort of listen to what Harris stands for and what Tim Walz stands for, I mean, she's really convinced us. So,
yeah, same. I'm really behind Kamala and Tim.
And I love your generation. I just love you guys. And let me tell you why. One of the reasons is you all are rightly impatient for change. You, who have only known the climate crisis, are leading the charge to protect our planet and our future. You, who grew up with active shooter drills, are fighting to keep our schools safe. You, who now know fewer rights than your mothers and grandmothers, are standing up for freedom. And what I know about you is these issues are not theoretical. This is not political for you. This is your lived experience. And I see you, and I see your power. I see your power, and I am so